Hey guys, Justin here, Mr. BMW South Africa. Excuse the wind as well today guys, but I've got something special for you guys today. The brand spanking new U11 BMW X1.
I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. Don't stop. Don't
So we moved from the F, we skipped the G, and we went straight to U. Before we get into this car guys, remember to hit that subscribe button, like, and share with your friends. Remember to also hit that bell notification or icon for notifications on new uploads. Let's get into this beauty. So this specific X1 is the xLine. This is not the M Sport package. We don't have the M Sport package currently. We are waiting for one, and then I'll probably show you guys what that also looks like. But that will just be a quick shorts video so you guys can see it. But this will be a full review of the BMW X1. Guys, this car is spec'd to the T, so this has a lot of optional extras that I can show you, except of course for the M Sport package. But the rest I'll explain when we get through the vehicle. So first of all guys, like I said, this is your xLine. The xLine you'll see is 1mm higher than the M Sport, 22mm higher than the previous generation X1. This car is in general a bigger and a wider car. It is also a little bit taller, and this car weighs a little bit more than your previous one. What I do like about this car, they completely changed the design language of the X1. It does not look like the previous one at all. Guys, this car is actually 1mm higher than the current BMW X3. So this is a proper family commuter for in town, even for long distance driving. But you don't have to be scared about potholes or bumps in the road. You can actually take this a bit off-road, but you do not get the xDrive version in the X1 anymore. It's only front wheel driven. We'll get to the engine spec as well just now. All right, so let's start here guys. This one is spec'd with 360 surround cam. So this also has a full surround view of the vehicle when you want to park the vehicle. I love this new flat design on the doors. This is more like a baby iX, because you do get an electric version as well. You get the iX1. We don't have one currently in South Africa, but we only have these two. But they have the same design language as the iX. So going futuristic, going EV, electrical. All right, we'll show you the inside just now. Let's get to the back of the car. So when I switch on the lights over here, you'll see it is very different compared to the previous generation BMWs. They're also carrying on with this design language over here, the L-shaped tail lights, also just a lot slimmer than what they used to be. One thing I have noticed, BMW has always given us proper exhaust pipes. So this one, you don't see anything. But what I do love is they don't give you a fake exhaust tip, because that I completely hate. There's cars that I've seen, it looks like 4 tailpipes, and there's actually just one pipe underneath the car. So this car does give you a proper exhaust pipe or tip. It's just all the way at the bottom over here. You can't really see it, but it gives you this clean look because of the futuristic, or where BMW is going with the EV cars. They're already making you ready for this clean look on the vehicles. You'll see that on the iX3, the iX, and the iX1. The boot space in this car guys, 540 liters of boot space. This car is also spec'd with your Comfort Access 2.0, where you can walk away from the vehicle and it locks, walk toward it, unlocks, and you can kick underneath the boot over here to open and close the boot, or you can simply press the button. So from 505 liters of boot space, the new X1 gives you 540 liters of boot space. So a massive improvement there, and then you get your spare wheel at the bottom. Still, like the previous X1, you can move these seats forward and back to get that extra bit of boot space, or you can put them flat down and you get over 1,000 liters of boot space. You can literally make a small bed if you really wanted to. Let me show you the front quickly guys. So with your previous generation X1, the facelift, you'll see that the LED lights over here, your daytime driving lights, actually run from the bottom and go like that, so an L shape like that. This one runs from the top like the newer generation BMW, so like your X3 and all of that. You'll also see it's got a bigger grille. The X1 does not come with the active kidney grille, so this stays open at all times, but it just gives a massive presence. When you look at this car from a distance, it really looks like an X3, and it's an X1, guys, about 200,000 Rand less than what you'll pay for an X3. One thing I do like about the BMW, they actually have proper air vents that actually go through the brakes or the wheels to cool the brakes. Let's get inside the vehicle and show you the features inside and what changed inside this beautiful car. And then we'll get into the engine and the spec that you get in our country, South Africa. Let me jump into the back here to show you the space. Oh, these seats are so soft. So this is actually man-made leather, guys. So this is what they call that sensor tech. I love this new look on the speakers. So this is what it looks like when you get the Harman Kardon speakers. This door handle, even just opening the door with this handle over here, it just feels classy. It feels different, completely different to what we used to in BMW. But you can see the space, guys. It is massive. This is my driving position. I just drove the car here, and you can see there's plenty of space here. 2 USB-C ports, like a space to put your stuff down here, netting as well, where you can put your books or whatever the case may be. And these seats can also move forward and back. So if you need that extra boot space at the back, you can physically move this seat, and you can also flatten the seat as well to get that extra bit of boot space, or to get something out the back if you're sitting at the back here. So now I just have to close it. Obviously standard ISOFIX as well, guys, and then your cup holders in the middle. And it's got one massive sunroof. I mean, I'm literally still looking at the sky while I'm sitting here. Let me show you the front and some of the tech in this new X1. Okay, jumping in the front, guys. Now this completely feels different. Still feels like a proper BMW. Everything looks familiar, but completely feels different at the same time. The buttons and everything do work a bit differently. This is really something to get used to, but once you're used to it, like I always say with the iDrive 8, like I'm so used to this now, it's one of the best systems I've ever used, but it is definitely something to get used to. It's not just like you're going to jump in and know everything, but that's why we have BMW geniuses to assist you, or Mr. BMW South Africa, of course. So immediately you can see there's a little bit of a gap here. This whole design language over here gives me the 7 Series or iX feel with the new air vents, with no buttons over here, everything integrated to the screen. So this car is very well spec'd, guys. Like I said, Harman Kardon sound. This one is spec'd with your heads-up display, sunroof, a massive panoramic sunroof, and wireless charging. When you put your phone in here, you get this little lever to actually put your phone or keep it snug, and that's basically it, guys. And then of course your iDrive system. So in the brochure they don't call this the iDrive 8, they just call this the iDrive intelligent system, based on the BMW iDrive 8 system or operating system. So I guess they're probably going to move away from the numbers, and you're going to get iDrive only, and obviously just update that in the future. But that's my feeling about it. I'm not too sure about that. One thing I have noticed, guys, you don't get your iDrive scroller anymore on this X1. So everything is full touch. So you'll see you get your shortcut buttons over here on the screen. You don't see any buttons, so when it's off, it's off. But if you press something, you need to go to a specific place, your shortcut buttons just move from here all the way to there. Let me start the car and show you something different. See, now I have to look for the engine start-stop button, because usually it's round. So another spec that I told you guys outside, the 360 surround view. Let me quickly show you guys. So this car with this big screen, it makes it so easy to see what's going on around this vehicle. So if I press there, it will literally show you what is standing over there. Okay, that door is open now, so it won't give me anything there. Or I can put it on auto, and while I'm driving, the car will decide front or back. So while I'm putting it in reverse, it will go to the rear. If I put it into drive, it will go to the front. Let's see the park assist view. Oh, that is awesome. So it actually gives you a little bit of a reverse assist view as well. So the way I drove in, it gives you that path, the reversing the vehicle. So it shows you the path that I chose on the way in. A little bit different to what it came out with the iDrive 7 in the G20 3 Series BMW. So simple as that, press there, and the car will start doing everything. And check there, guys, it's like augmented reality. It actually shows it on the screen as well. Okay, so I'm going to cancel. Bloop, bloop. There we go. I can even do that on my steering wheel over here. So I can choose if I want to start the assistant or not, or close. there's a lot of things I can do from here. So let me just put the wheel straight again. If I press the setting button, I can control the content that I want to see, the layout of the screen as well. So I want to see that, or I want to see it a little bit closer or further. I can change the head-up display to see standard view or sport view. So a lot of different features, a lot of things to get used to, but so easy to use. One thing that did catch me in this car is your driver selector or your gear selector. So in the previous BMWs, you always had the D, let me just put it into neutral for now, the D for drive and the S for sport or sequential. And then of course in the electric cars, B for braking or brake energy regeneration, because the car does have brakes as well. So if I put it into drive, now this one has got a thing called L. So I wasn't sure what that was. I thought it was either life or death, but apparently that's not. It's also not launch control, guys. This is like the older gearboxes. This is actually called a low gear range. So when you go down a hill, you put it in low gear range, and the car will work on the brakes to give more braking energy, more braking regeneration to brake the car on the downhill for you. So almost like a hill descent. And it also works on a lower gear ratio, so when you pull away, you can pull away much quicker in the L drive. So yes, not launch or life or death. It's for low mode. You can still choose your modes over here. So my modes, you press there. Then I can still use or choose efficient, your Eco Pro mode, which we all know. It's just called efficient now. And then of course sport, or you can configure your own one as well. So go my modes, personal, and I can configure this like with a sporty steering but a comfortable gears or whatever the case may be. One thing I do like about these screens, guys, it makes life so much easier, because what I can do, oh yeah, this one is also spec'd with your electric seats with memory. So you can see the seat position one is not set yet, but if I press one over here, set, current seat position has been saved to position one. So if I move around or move my seat around, if I get in, I press one, keep one in, it will go back to the position I actually set it as. Or if you create your profile on this key, on this vehicle, so this key has my specific profile for Justin, I get into the car, I choose Justin, or it figures out my key, then it will also move my seat to my seating position, and my my climate controls also to my specific settings, and my Bluetooth from my phone will also be connected there. Say for instance, Vian sitting next to me has his own profile. As soon as he gets in with his key, everything will set to his profile. How awesome is that? And you don't necessarily have to use your keys anymore. You can use the key card that you get with the vehicle. I'm not sure if this one has one in here. I think they already put it away. And you can actually just use your cell phone. So cell phone as a key, card as a key, and your actual key as a key, of course. Funny thing for me is this little cubby over here. It doesn't make sense to me, to be dead honest with you. They could have left it actually, but if you really want to hide something, I guess it is quite nice to put it in there, a pen or something. I don't know. You really can't fit anything. My phone definitely won't fit in there. But I guess the more the merrier. So let's get to the engine. Let's just show you the spec on this car and then what you get in South Africa. All right. So onto the engine. This is the 18D. So this is a 2-liter diesel engine, a 2-liter 4-cylinder diesel engine. This is called the B47. 110 kilowatts and 360 newton meters of torque. The torque really talks on this car. The torque talks. Guys, both of these vehicles, the 18i and the 18D, come standard with a 7-speed dual clutch transmission, so it does have that nippiness to it. We found out that it just works better with the smaller engines. Not that the 18D is a smaller engine, but with the smaller engines in the BMW range, especially for city driving. Your 18i, the petrol version, that is a 1500 3-cylinder engine, the B38. Your bigger cars, like your 3 Series, if that is a 318i, that is a 2-liter, the B48 engine. But with your X1 1 Series, they still kept to the 1500 3-cylinder engine. But now, instead of boasting out 103 kilowatts, this one pushes out 115 kilowatts and 230 newton meters of torque. So your 18i 0 to 100 in 9 seconds, and your 18D 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, of course, in 8.9 seconds. So that torque really talks, like I just said. You also get the full electric version, but that's not what we have here today. We're just working on the internal combustion engines to show you guys exactly what the X1 looks like. The iX1 is going to look exactly the same. You'll just have the blue inserts and the full electric engine and not this inside the vehicle. The fuel tank is a little bit smaller on the newer generation. They moved from 61 litres to now 54 litres. But the newer generation cars are so light on fuel, you don't need a massive tank to drive all the way to Durban. You'll still be able to drive to Durban on a full tank one go. You won't have to stop in the middle. The fuel consumption difference between the two. The diesel, on an average now guys, is 5 litres per 100 kilometers, and your petrol version is 6.5 litres per 100 kilometers. So with the diesel prices now being more expensive than petrol, it actually starts balancing out now. So whatever you like, you can drive now. You don't have to choose a diesel or a petrol according to what the fuel prices tell you. You can choose what you really like at the end of the day. So there we go guys, that is it. That is the U11 BMW X1. Prices on these cars, the 18i starts from 745,000 Rand, and then your 18D starts from about 785,000 Rand. This one with this full spec is 840,000 Rand, brand spanking new guys. If you would like to see a car like this, or if you would like to order one, please feel free to comment below and I will assist you guys in getting your dream BMW. And if you have any questions, or you have any answers, or if I had something wrong, or if you have any opinions, please put it in the comment box and we can actually have a lucky chat about these cars guys. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to subscribe, like and share guys, and remember that bell icon for notifications. Have a lucky day guys, stay safe, peace.